to the final day of the Christmas Advent Beer Review series. And a Merry Christmas to everybody. This was supposed to be a live stream event, but unfortunately when you activate that option within YouTube, they require I think it's a 24-hour cooling off period, so you can't actually live stream for 24 hours. So unfortunately I only realised that yesterday evening or last night. So this is why it's not a live stream, and we're going to have to do it as a pre-recorded video. So what we'll do is we'll do it as two parts of the Christmas day. So this is the first part, and we'll do two beers, kind of Christmas beers as a review of this, and then we'll do another two later on. So just to kind of unfortunately, if anybody was going to be watching live stream, I can't obviously get any feedback, but I hope everybody's having a great day and having a wonderful time and getting lots of presents and drinking away. This time just now it's 12:30, because I was actually going to maybe do the live stream earlier if I could have done a live stream, but then I thought maybe not a good idea to start kind of drinking about 10 o'clock, because I initially had an idea in my head of starting at 10. Maybe not the best time to be starting. So what we're going to do is we've got two Christmas beers to do today, and one is a winter warmer ale, which is rich, fruity and malty, and that's a 5.3%, 500ml, and I think it's about roughly about £2, and this is part of the Sainsbury's Taste the Difference range. So maybe a wee, I don't know if that's better, is that better? There we go. So there we go. So we've got that one to look at, and we've also got another one which turns out to be the only Christmas beer in the kind of Christmas season and festive season Green King box, and it doesn't even say Green King on it, which is strange. So this is basically Rocking Rudolf. Hoo-hoo, what a wonderful time. And it says Hardy and Hansen on it. It's 4.2, so it's a bit more than your kind of standard Green King, and it is brewed by Green King, but they put it under Hardy's and Hansen, and I presume this is some sort of ale. Is there any spiel on it? It just says a full-bodied, malty and fruity Christmas ale with a refreshing bitter finish. So there we go. So they're both kind of fruity and malty, so let's basically see what they're going to be like. So we'll start off with the winter warmer. We'll get it cracked open. I'm trying to do it in a more kind of relaxed environment than usual. I don't know if it's going to work out as relaxed for me, because there's a lot of bending, but let's pour it out and see what it's like. There we go. Got my touch back. That's a better pour. That's a far better pour. So there we go. Give you an idea what it's like. It's round about kind of an amberish kind of ale. Colour wise, a wee bit darker maybe. But yeah, what does it smell of? It smells malty. It's about £2 this to buy. The Rudolf one was part of the festive season box, which works at roughly about £1.25 a bottle. But yeah, it smells malty. Get a bit of caramel. I'm not getting any fruit, so yeah. So there's that one. Right, hope I don't get them mixed up. So let's crack on open this one. Because let's do them side by side. So is everybody having a good Christmas? I know I've already asked that, but hopefully everybody will do. Now this is a strange one. What I've noticed is with Green King, the head actually develops better once you start drinking than actually when you pour. So let's see what this smells like. Again, kind of similar colour, maybe ever so slightly lighter, a bit more amberish. I'm getting very sweet old teeny malts with this. A lot. Right, so this is the Rocking Rudolf. This is the, see, they're kind of similar in how they are. This does smell more malty and a lot more kind of sweet. Again, no fruit. So let's try it. This is the Taste the Difference Winter Ale, or winter warmer ale from Sainsbury's. Yep, you're getting malt. Get a little hint of vanilla, just ever so like a hint of custard. And again, you just get kind of little flavouring of kind of stewed apples. It's almost like kind of stewed apples and custard, almost. No real bitter finish. What I'm getting in the aftertaste is just a little bit of vanilla. So the sweetness is in the front of the mouth. It starts to go to the kind of mid-tongue, and that's when you start getting the kind of vanilla coming in, and then you've got the kind of stewed apples kind of following it, and then that kind of tails off and just leaves you with a very light kind of vanilla kind of aftertaste. No bitterness. A little bit of fruit obviously from the kind of stewed apples, but I don't know what type of fruit they were looking for, maybe more of a kind of dried fruit. So let's try this one. Yeah, that's coming more as it's very malty, quite sweet on the start of the mouth at the front. To be honest, I'm not really getting that much fruit from it. I'm getting slightly kind of ever so slightly hoppy, malty kind of a mixture in the mid-tongue. With a slight toffiness. And then yes, that kind of dies down, you're just getting a very light bitterness, and again it just seems to feel like it's kind of from the hops, isn't it? It's not from the malt, so it's not like a roasted malt kind of hop, like a roasted malt kind of bitterness. It's a kind of more light hop kind of bitterness. So yeah, two very different beers. This one is supposed to be fruity as well, but I'm not getting really any fruit, I really am not. From the Green King Rocking Rudolf. But you are getting a bit of bitterness, you are getting a kind of a sweetness and bitterness, so you're getting your yin to your yang. And at Christmas we all had a bit of yin with our yang, and I know I do. But yes, it's quite nice, it's quite balanced. It's something I could probably drink quite a few of, it's quite easy to drink. Yeah, it was quite nice. Let's go back to this one. This is quite nice actually. Just a little hint of kind of vanilla, but no real kind of bitterness. I mean, there's a little bit of hops there, but nothing to really write home about. And yeah, you are getting that kind of stewed apples. This one though, coming on to this one from that one, you notice that this one just isn't as sweet. There isn't such a sweet start to the beer at the front of the mouth as there is. And overall, there is some sweetness here, but you don't really taste it after coming from the Green King. The Green King Rocking Rudolf is a bit more sweeter within its kind of maltiness. But this is a nice beer as well, and very drinkable, especially at Christmas. But I usually find most things are quite drinkable at Christmas. And yeah, well, I usually drink anything. The wife usually asks me, oh, what are you drinking? And whatever's there, basically, that's what it usually comes down to. Sometimes I do have some, I've got some Old Peculiar and some Tango Fruit in. I might actually do a review of them at some point. I'm meaning to do that, but I do like a mixture between them two. So what I'll do, I usually do it kind of alternate. I'll have a a tango fruit, then an old peculiar, then back to tango fruit, and I just like that kind of mix and matching. And the two of them really go well together because they kind of offset each other a wee bit, because one's obviously a kind of a lot darker ale, and one's more of a kind of amber ale, but both packing flavours, but both kind of offset each other really well. I just really do like mixing them two up, and that's what's going to be my kind of chosen poison for most of the day. And then eventually I will probably go into the whiskey or something like that. I've obviously got some Scotch whiskey I've got there, some nice single malt, and I've also got, somebody's given me a gift of Jim Beam honey, which is probably quite sweet. So yes, I'll maybe have one of them in the rocks or something like that. So I wonder what everybody else is doing for Christmas. I hope everybody's got some good, nice plans lined up, and I hope everything goes well for you. I know sometimes that people can plan everything and have everything kind of arranged, and then things just don't always kind of turn out the way you want them to, but I hope they do for everybody. Let's looking at these two beers. So let's start this. What would I give this out of 5? I would give this... It is a nice beer, and I do like that little hint of vanilla. I just do like that. And compared to, I think, what was the other one? It was a porter, wasn't it? It was a Christmas porter that they did, and I'll be totally honest, that was bloody dreadful. Taste the difference? Yeah, we did. Your beer tasted shit compared to the other porter I was drinking at the time. So yes, I think it was a little, their winter warmer kind of porter or something like that, I think it was, and that was a lot nicer than the kind of Christmas porter from Sainsbury's. Taste the difference. But yeah, you could certainly taste the difference, and it wasn't in a good way. But this is a lot nicer. You know, it's like chalk and cheese. How bad that porter was from Sainsbury's. This is the exact opposite. This is actually a very nice ale. And yeah, what would I give it? It's actually nice. It's nicely balanced. It's well brewed. I just do like that little vanilla kind of tones in it. I just really do. It's something you don't usually get so much in beer, which is a bit of a shame. But yes, you just get little vanilla tones, and they're just really nice, and just something different, and it just kind of makes it a little bit more enjoyable and a bit more interesting. So I'm going to give this a 3.9. Really, and for the money, I think it's roughly about £2 a bottle. And I honestly think for that, I mean, obviously, for £2 a bottle, I suppose you could make it a session and things like that, spend a £10 or £15, and yeah, you've got enough beer to have a good happy evening, or a good kickstart to your Christmas day, as they say. But yeah, I would. Yeah, I would give this a 3.9, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's unusual, and I would recommend it. And I would also recommend it not just for Christmas, but yeah, it'd be a nice ale just to have in the winter. Just a good winter ale, just to kind of mix and match. I'm actually enjoying it better now that I've had a few mouthfuls, and I've managed to dispel the sweetness of the Green King, because going from the Green King to this was tasting a bit bitter, but now of course the mouth is reacclimatised to this. All the flavours are coming back, and yeah, they're just really nice and well balanced, and it's an interesting beer. So well done, Sainsbury's. You've redeemed yourself, because your first one was absolutely crap, but yeah, I would recommend this. So if you can get it, obviously not today because the shops are shut, and probably not tomorrow, Boxing Day, because the shops will be shut. But if you can, between now and New Year, why not get a couple in and try them? Maybe even for New Year. So that's a good one. Let's try the Green King again and give this a mark out of 5. it's not as lively as some of the usual kind of Green King beers. It's not really keeping it. I mean, you look at it, we can see the head difference. I've been shaking this, and all I've just been doing is drinking this and just tilting it. And this head tends to dispel quite quickly. But let's get back to this. Yeah, you're getting sweetness, you get a little bit of hops, you're getting lots of malt. Not so much of a bitter aftertaste. Maybe compared to the sweetness, you could probably say it's a bitter aftertaste. But really, if you take it as comparison as a bitter aftertaste, isolated, it's not really bitter at all, to be totally honest. But yes, obviously, it's not as sweet as the front of the mouth kind of flavour profiles and the mid tongue flavour profiles. So yes, it is bitter compared to them too. But on the scale of bitterness, it just isn't really bitter. But it's nicely balanced. It's quite a nice beer. I would say this is probably a bit more sessionable because with the other one, because it's got the little vanilla tones, I want to kind of sit and kind of savour them and enjoy them. So I don't want to kind of knock them back too quickly and have a right good session on them. There's something, just because it's quite an interesting flavour profile, you just want to slow it down a little bit and just kind of appreciate it and enjoy it. This one, the flavour profiles are nice, but obviously not so unique or interesting, and yeah. They're not really kind of a... I mean, I mean, I could drink this quite easily. I could drink quite a lot of them quite easily, and yeah, they're nice and pleasant. So, out of 5, I would probably give this a 3.5. It's a nice enough beer, it's well brewed, it's well balanced. It's probably slightly sweet, but at the end of the day, that's not a bad thing, because sometimes you want something a little bit kind of sweeter. It's quite a light ale. The flavour profiles are nice, but they're not too strong or overpowering. It is definitely sessionable, and at £1.25, I think you get 3 of them in the pack of the festive box. I don't know if you can get them separate. If you can get them separate, then £1.25, you can't really go wrong. And yeah, it's a nice beer for drinking. It's a nice kind of winter beer as well. For Christmas, well, I think for Christmas you maybe want something a bit more special or something a bit more interesting. So I think the Sainsbury's beer is probably a bit better for Christmas and the festive period, you know, because you want to kind of treat yourself. It's a special kind of occasion. So you want to kind of mark it as a special occasion with something either a bit different or something a bit special. This one, it's a more kind of everyday kind of ale, and yeah, I would probably buy this for mid-January and maybe have a session on this stuff then. But for Christmas, I wouldn't say it's kind of special or unique enough. Oh, bloody light bulb's playing up again. Gee. See, every time I film in this room, the light bulbs play up. When I'm not filming though, everything's good as gold. Anyway. So yeah, 3.5. It's quite nice. It is sweet. For an ale, of course, and it's a lot sweeter than the Sainsbury's winter warmer ale. So yeah, 3.5. I would recommend it. Maybe not so much as a Christmas ale, but yeah, why don't you try it? If you can get it separate, then give it a go. If not, then you're going to have to buy the festive box, and I think it's roughly about £14.99 in Aldi, and it's roughly about £16, just slightly over £16 in Sainsbury's. So that's us for part 1 of the Christmas beer review. Sorry it wasn't a live streaming, but unfortunately YouTube has their policies apparently, and there's nothing I can do about that. I wish I'd actually found that out earlier and it wouldn't have been a problem, but we're all prophets with hindsight. But I hope you've enjoyed part 1. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye for now. And have a good day. And I'll catch you later on.